Choosing the best net worth tracking app isn't about downloading just anything. It's about finding the tool that's effortless, powerful, and secure, and right for you. With features that save time and keep your data safe, this is the clear winner for anyone serious about building wealth. So, before I ever signed up to any of these net worth tracking apps, I dug deep into their user reviews and their feedback, because the flashy features on their websites and their marketing is one thing, but real world experiences often reveal the real truth. And when it comes to finding the best net worth tracking app, I always check the toughest reviews first. The 1 star, the 2 star, and the 3 star frustrations. So I think that's really where the hidden pitfalls usually show up, so it's useful to go there. So take Simplify, for example. One user reported that he was locked out of both the desktop and Android app because of a bug. He also complained about rules being limited and transaction syncing not working for weeks. That would frustrate me too. But here's what I noticed. Issues like that are pretty rare and typically tied to temporary glitches. Like, in fact, I actually noticed that Simplify is really regularly updating and patching their software. And while that bug might have slowed him down, I also think that it's worth noting that he also admitted that he liked the graphs, the planning section, and especially the prediction tool, so not all negative. And on the flip side, many Simplify users call switching over from like Mint, for example, having been like a blessing in disguise. Like one guy said that he migrated all of his history from Mint, checked every transaction, and Simplify just worked better out of the box. It had cleaner categorization, smoother rules, and a spending plan that actually made sense for him. Another user said that the watch list feature and cash flow views were real game changers for them once he set them up. And I really thought that a lot of those reviews were interesting, some negative, but I think mostly positive. When I dug into Empower next, I came across this review from a longtime user who suddenly found the net worth tracking software complicated. He said that it stopped tracking his paydays correctly, and then one day it wouldn't actually load at all, forcing him to delete and reinstall and try a bunch of different things, only to struggle to find his old account. Sounds like they're having a lot of extra trouble there. So yeah, that is a concerning experience, but also just looking at the bigger picture, Empower also maintains a really high rating. So this particular review stood out to me because it mentioned a recent change, and I thought that was important to mention, because app updates can sometimes introduce temporary bugs, so this kind of feels like one of those cases. It's also worth noting that Empower's core strength is its free net worth tracker and its standout cash advance feature too, which many users absolutely rely on, and I've seen mentions of that in the comments. I read this review where someone was thrilled by the cash advance option. They received $250 instantly with no stress. Another longtime user said that he's now able to get $400 loans monthly, and for him, the membership fee is a small price to pay for that. All right, next, when I looked into Monarch Money reviews, I came across this review. A user who described it as really good, it's really good, awesome, and it also has a really frustrating net worth tracking experience. So his biggest gripe was about what he saw as some missing basic functions in the app, like not getting a simple running total and selecting multiple transactions. So I think this is probably one of those more nuanced critiques. It's not that this app is like broken or anything, but it's that the design philosophy might not align with every user's mental model of what they might be getting. And also some features are added new, you can suggest them, but it is something to mention. Monarch is more built for the deep, structured financial planning and net worth tracking, which can feel restrictive too if you want a more free-form approach. However, the majority of the reviews do tell, the different story for most of the users, kind of similar to the other ones. There's this user who came from NerdWallet, and he was completely sold on Monarch from day one. Like, he was blown away by the ability to easily connect all of his accounts, including from Fidelity, and see investments separately from cash. He specifically praised the rules feature for customizing transaction categorization, calling it a simple if-then function that just works. For him, it genuinely had everything that they needed. Alright, so reviews are one thing, but the real test of each network tracking app is in the features themselves. And, after testing all three of these, I actually found that each one serves a very different type of user looking for their best version of net worth tracking. So, starting with Simplify, I was honestly surprised by how business-friendly it is. It has quick and business and quick and personal, and it's built directly into Simplify, so I can do everything separate, but also in the same place. I can manage clients, assign expenses directly to projects, and even send invoices that sync with Stripe. And then I can do all the personal stuff on the side too. So that's really huge if you're maybe an independent freelancer or a small business owner. And it's not just invoices too. Simplify lets you apply credits or refunds using credit memos. Like that sounds like a small detail, but it actually makes client billing smoother. Plus, every time a payment came in through Stripe, Simplify just automatically marked it as paid, so I didn't even need to keep track of it. That cut out so much manual tracking for me. Then there's their credit score feature. So having my credit score inside the same app that manages my spending and budgeting, far more convenient than checking it separately and having a separate app for that. And their Zillow integration is actually a real game changer. Like I connected my home and suddenly I had a live view of its estimated value. So that made my net worth tracking far more complete in general. The bills and income section, I think, might be my favorite part though. It lets me preview upcoming expenses and income, including overdue reminders. So that alone helped me stop some missing payments that I should have been keeping better track of. Now, Empower takes a little bit of a different approach. Its dashboard is more clean and stylized, and it's focused on the big picture and showing you this overall idea. Like their cash flow graph is really straightforward. It shows your total income versus the expenses month over month. And it doesn't just dump numbers at you. It actually will highlight trends. It's a really powerful way to see whether you're moving forward or backward financially overall. Their budgeting widget was another pleasant surprise. It sits right on your dashboard and it gives you this snapshot of where your money is going. Empower also makes credit card tracking really simple. I could see balances for all my cards in one place, like Visa, American Express, Discover, you name it, with the day-by-day changes. That's the kind of detail that you usually only get if you're manually tracking with a spreadsheet. All right, next we have Monarch Money. And what really impressed me with this one was how easy it was to connect all of my accounts. So whether it was for checking, savings, loans, or investments, Monarch synced everything all together into really one clean dashboard. And they're really smart about it too. They use multiple data providers like Plaid and Finicity, so if one doesn't work with your bank, another one probably will. So that gave me peace of mind that my accounts wouldn't randomly stop syncing, because I have them accounts all over the place and they all need to stay connected. Their budget forecast view is another great standout. It lets you see all 12 months in this grid. So past actuals on one side, projected budgets on the other. So that meant that I could plan out big expenses like vacations or holiday shopping without the guessing. Monarch also has started weaving AI into their system a bit. So this more now helps with transaction categorization and even generates reports with natural language queries. And if you're managing money as a couple, Monarch really shines there. You can invite your partner, you can sync accounts together, and share one dashboard. Each person still gets their own login information, but they can both see the same shared view. And that makes joint planning a lot less stressful. So while Simplify excels at day-to-day money management and business-friendly features, and Empower really offers those unique tools for short-term cash flow, Monarch provides a comprehensive, customizable platform for long-term wealth building. It's this depth that make many consider it the best net worth tracking app for detailed planning. But of course, no tool is perfect. The very strengths of these apps can also be their weaknesses, depending on what you need. Simplify's interface packs in a lot of features, which can feel a bit denser than the name would have you believe, and especially compared to more simple apps. But that density is what gives you so much control once you learn your way around. Empower's budgeting is more high level too. It's built for tracking your net worth and your cash flow. But if you love detailed category by category budgeting, you also might find this one a bit basic. Monarch Money's depth means that it requires a more extensive setup time. If you just want a 5-minute snapshot, it's kind of overkill. But for anyone serious about long-term planning, that initial investment does pay off tremendously. And when it comes to cost, all three platforms are priced competitively for the value they provide, targeting users who are really serious about taking control of their finances. The key is to match the tool to your goals. Check the links in the description of this video for their latest pricing, their discounts, and any special deals that are currently available. We'll keep it updated so that you don't miss out. So after testing them all, here's the bottom line. Finding the best net worth tracking app comes down to your specific needs. But I do think that Simplify strikes the perfect balance for me. It's powerful enough for serious financial planning, but intuitive enough for everyday use. Check the links in the description to explore their current discounts and get started with the one that fits you best.